So I know I'm taking time, but we're right here. We're touching these nerves. It's too valid, and it's too incredible to not go complete this. This is our last interpretations of classes. So as things come up, I'm just doing them as they come up and see what happens. Well, here, when we have the Venus, this is your Venus, and here it says July, but and then on the other ephemeris it said 28. So really, it's just gone direct now. Okay, so I want to look at this time period when Venus was in Leo, and when it comes out of Leo, it goes back to Virgo, because it's really unique, stands out. All of your Venus in life is in Virgo all your life, except for this little period when it's in Leo. But it's not going to be little because it's retrograde. It's slow. It slows down. It stays in Leo as long as it possibly can. That's it. Do I have a tighter one of it? Okay, this is, I'll make this bigger so you can see it. Okay, this is the stars inside of the RASA10 program. This is what we're hoping to get together. Anyways, here, this is the progressed Venus went retrograde in 1976. Okay, she's 9 years old. Venus went retrograde. It went back to its own place in 83. So from 67, 77, she's 16. Then from 16 on, it's moving back before where it was in the lifetime. It's going retrograde through things. And it comes back. Here's the point where I went to, where it was in 2008. July 30th, 2000. No, it's September 5th, 2007. That the progressed Venus moved back into Leo, retrograded back into Leo. Okay, so that's a big deal. It moves back into Leo, and it comes back, and by 2012, it's square. It's still in this. It's 29. It goes to 28 degree. 20. It comes out of the, let's see, 29th degrees. It goes into 28 degrees of Leo, the 29th degree from May 4th, 2010. So it's 2 years, 3 years in the 0 to 29. It's 29, 2010. It goes back. It squares the moon in 2013. It keeps going back, and it goes back to, here's where see the retrogrades go on, and retrograde stopped on the July 18th, 2018. I marked it July 31st, so I had made the error here. If you mark it just one earlier, it's the same as the ephemeris. So that's where it stations, 27 degrees, and it goes back to, it hits 28 degrees again in 2022. So it's in this 27th degree from 2014 to 2022. Okay, that's when it's really stationary in that period. It's only going back 20 minutes into that degree. And then from 2022 until 2027, so it's 5 years, it's in the next degree, 28 to 29 degrees of Leo. Then from 2027 to 2029, it's in the last degree of Leo. So it goes back into Virgo in 2029, December 2029. So that's from 2007 to 2029. So that's 22 years. Venus is in Leo of her life. This is going to stand out. This is a really unique thing. Her sun rose to Leo. Wow. But it's naturally in Virgo. But this is, and it backs up. It's like it's going back to get things, and it backs up to right now. Venus is 2018, this last year, and right now, Venus is just turning direct. So it's gone back as far as it's supposed to be. It's like you've gone back in your life, till you found the value that was missing from another lifetime. That can be connected to people or whatever, and it's going to start turning around and moving forward again. Wow. And as it moves forward, you're seeing all the other things as it went retrograde. You're seeing them again in a new light. Oh, I was there. I'm not there. My values, you see it in your values changing. I'm so valued. I was valuing that, or I bought into that. You're going to start seeing these change. And so what I want to do is I want to get into, I want to do this one hexagram. You want to study these 3 hexagrams, 3 lines of the same hexagram, or these 3 degrees really deeply. Symbols, anything about those degrees you want to find out about. This is the degree where this was happening, where, see, when Pluto was first going through this, when Pluto was retrograding through these degrees, it went over from Virgo into Leo. It was going over the fixed star Regulus, one of the brightest stars of the sky, the heart of the lion. But when it goes back, it doesn't come back to because of progression. The fixed Regulus is now in the 1st degree of Virgo. So it gets out of Leo and hits Virgo, hits that star just somewhere in the 2030s, for 2030, 2031. It'll hit the Regulus. So that's something you can check out on your own. The points when it hit Regulus, because that's a whole nother frequency. But Venus can be on a whole nother frequency. So that star will have some presence there on this higher level, on a meditative level, on a level of waking up, of your emotions connecting to heavenly energies and star energies. It's like there's extra angels there watching out. Okay, and that extra angel is walking out is bringing the change of these values. And as these values change, your whole outside world will change because of that. It's changing anyways because of that. Okay, so after it stops being exactly stationed, this whole period is still square the moon because it's within the degree, but it's going to move back to the exact square to the moon in 2023, when it was there in 2013. So you got across 10 years from the exact, but it really still was in the degree of that aspect for this whole time, because you got your moon at 28 something Leo or Virgo, Taurus. So as it backing into Leo, it's going to hit that. So this was to do with your mom dying, your mom getting connected with your mom and being able to talk to her and started to like her a little bit, or having things open a little bit before she died. And then now you're having to do the retake emotionally on your own as you go on beyond that. So it's a really profound emotional time. And it's not something you just rationally say, we're touching this nerve. I can see it. I see the importance of it. But in talking to just this technical stuff, it only goes so far. This is where, again, if we go to the, did I do this deeper in a more intense way, or said it? Yeah, okay, so I blew this up to a more detailed. The first one was done, each line was for one degree divisions, and this one has each line is it's much smaller intervals, so I put them down to the smaller intervals so I can get this, I can see the breakdowns of the I Ching hexagrams more exactly as it comes through this. So there's the square to the moon. See if, okay, there's a square to the moon, there's a square to the moon, there's the exact point. So really, with this yellow line on the left, this yellow band on the left is, that we're going to look at this most intense degree, and the hexagram and the pentans and the hexagram. So this from May 11th, 2014, when it went back into the 28th degree, till it hit there until November 6, 2022. It's in the 27 to 28 degrees of Leo. Okay, that's where it is. That's this most intense point. What you went back, and your Venus went back your whole life to get to this emotional state. It's interesting that you worked things through with your mom before she died, just as this was coming in. And now that that's done, you're reevaluating. You have a new look, and you're taking what you want and what's valuable, what's worthwhile, and this is changing everything. And it's just slowly turning around. But it's Leo. Venus is in Leo. It's in a Virgo subphase, Virgo pentan. with a Capricorn subpendant. So the Leo, here's the kid. I'm thinking about things. I'm reanalyzing. I'm rethinking, but it's evaluating. I'm thinking about my values of how I was thinking about things, what was there, and it goes into. There's a Capricorn something. So there's serious thinking. This is thinking about mom, thinking about father, thinking emotions, was I wanted, all these things that are all coming up to this point, and it's tied up to another lifetime when you might have been in a different role, where you might have even been the parent to one of your parents in this scenario. Hard to know, but your emotions are being released as this happens. You've gone back and taken enough in. You're still going to have to go reevaluate as you go back forward from this. This is the beauty thing of the retrograde and the direct. When it goes to actually going back over the same points you've been through, but you know, if there's a new you, there's a new value, it's a new way of looking at it, and you're looking across, that's what it was. It doesn't have to be the same coming back, but the feelings will come back up again. So as this goes forward, there'll be a point when the moon hits the Mars, it hits the squares, when the Venus hits the square of the moon again, and that comes up in 2023. And it's possible your whole searching for places, having to move, not having what you want to, is tied up to this turning point. And like trying to find a place, it's almost impossible. It's hard to find places. You have to be all right, having to move further out to get them. If you're a renter, it's incredible. That system's going to crash, but you've got this period happening at the same time as your values are happening. And it's possible this emotional security will sit there until you've gone past. You went through it in 2012, like mom died, when did you move? I'm not sure. It's how it develops through these steps, and then it changes. So as it changes, when it goes into, as it gets into that 29th degree, goes into 29 to 30, in 2027, you really start a new theme. But until then, you're in this process of 28 to 28 degrees. Okay, so just from 2014 to 2022 to November 22. So from May 11th, 2014 to November 6th, 2022. That's this most intense period. This is in the hexagram. It's in Leo, Virgo, Pantan, Capricorn, subpendant. It's a hexagram called before completion. It's an I Ching hexagram called before completion, and it's in line 3. I'm going to read this. Inside of that before completion, the hexagram is the abysmal danger, the abyss. Too much criticism inside the before completion. So your emotions are going through this. Are you overly critical? Are you too hard on yourself on what you want right now? Or you're just figuring this out? And inside of this is the Capricorn, which is the sort of the serious side. It's in the I Ching hexagram called difficulty at the beginning. Is that difficulty at the beginning? 1 second. Yes, difficulty at the beginning. So you're just turning around, difficulty at the beginning. You're just beginning to get your emotions moving forward on your own track in a Leo way. You had to go back and get this Leo confidence, or this Leo appreciation, but that doesn't mean your circumstances have adjusted to it quite yet. Okay, so what I'd like to do is just take the time to go through these hexagrams. It's going to, we're 10, it's going to take another 15 minutes, but when do you get to this point of sensitivity to be able to talk about this? It's only at this level this could happen. And it's going beyond the limits. This is work you do on your own chart. Sometimes you'll do it on someone's chart if you're really carrying with some real problem you're trying. And we're seeing these nerves coming. We saw the progressed sun. We saw the progressed Venus coming in, moving in. These are vibrantly alive themes working inside of the transits. But really, the progressions happen and the transits interact with the progressions. It's almost like the transits wait for a similar thing to happen, like any release that would allow the expression of these changes happening. So the transits trigger the progressions. Like the progressions are the start or the instigator, and then transits are just waiting. The progressions wait until the transits come up that can, boom, activate that energy. Okay, here we go. That's winter. No, we're at 64 is the Leo phase. Okay, here we go.